part 2. If you're watching this, go watch part 1, you monster. Go watch part 1. Go watch part 1. Go watch part 1. I feel like you guys all hate me because there are always more views in the parts 2, and the part 3s, than the part 1s. Sometimes when I make a part 4, which I've only done once, and I don't know why I did that. Me and my cousin were really bored, okay? Actually, no. I've done that twice. Okay, sorry. I'm just forgetting about the videos that I made. Because, I mean, it's not like you remember anything that you've ever done. What else should I do on my channel? Because I'm, like, really bored. And I'm, like, I'm really bored. Are you ever just, like, really bored? Yeah, me too. And now, watching this video, you might say, hey, Mima, you're not colonizing anything. You just spend a long time making a flag and you put it down. And I will answer, isn't that what colonizing is? And if you say, and you are perfectly within your right to say, no, Mima, you're an idiot. After this, I'm not going to kill a sheep. Because you know why? The sheep are my friends, and I need them to make more wool for me. Give me your wool, sheep. Sorry, I'm trying to get out of the place where I do online school, which is a beanbag with a blanket on it. With my computer by it. In the binder. It's a binder, so cool. It's like a bunch of notes on it. So if you ever need to know, like, what a desert is, just ask me. Because I have like 6 pages of notes on it. Actually, it's more like 8 pages. So like, I'm very well informed about deserts. Why can't I learn actual history and history? I know one of you guys is keeping a secret from me, and no, I'm not being dramatic at all. One of you guys is the reason I'm not learning actual history and history. I'm currently learning about the history of religion, which I guess is history. I don't see how deserts was, but history of religion, cool. That's cool. I don't know why we would need to know that. It's part of our anthropology units. Anthropology. Sorry, I'm trying to imitate it how Professor Duncan says it on Community. He's like, anthropology. He has a British accent, and I can't do a British accent. If you've seen my my Among Us video, can't remember which one it was, but it was one of them, and I had a pinned comment, and it was terrible. So like, yeah, I don't know why I said yeah like that. That was weird. I'm gonna tell you about all the things I've learned at school. In just this grade though, because like I've done other grades. Because I'm not 4. Okay? I'm not 4. So don't say that I'm 4. You know who you are. You know who you are. And I'm not 4. For your information, I'm slightly older than that. That was a joke. That was a joke. Okay? So like in science, we've been learning about I need to start paying attention in classes. Okay, so we've been learning about like parts of the Earth. So I'm just gonna teach you about the parts of the Earth. So the Earth is made up of many different parts. I should be reading my notes. Nah, I don't remember them. So there's the crust, and the crust is the outer layer of the Earth where all the dirt is. That is a scientific fact. It also has grass on it, and the humans are on top of the crust. And then, once you cut down through the crust, which no one has done before, the Russians almost did it once, I think. I don't know. You get to the mantle. And the mantle is comprised of the inner mantle, which is made of something, and the outer mantle is made of something. I'm gonna look at my notes. Let's see. Let's go past our math section, past our grammar section, past our history section, past our literacy section, to science. And my first notes in science was on how to take notes. They do it terribly. I'm not actually taking notes that way because I never learned, because I never paid attention. Okay, let's see. There are two types of crust, the continental crust and the oceanic crust. The continental crust is thicker and comprised of granites. The ocean crust is thinner and is made of basalt. The mantle is made of hot solid rock, almost 3,000 kilometers thick. The lithosphere is the outer part of the mantle, and it is rigid, and it's made of stone. The asthenosphere is soft, weak, and flexible, and is in the lower part of the mantle. Okay, can I tell you a secret? I failed a test before. Well, not failed, but like I got 95%, so that's basically failing, right? Because I kept mixing up the lithosphere and the asthenosphere. I thought the lithosphere was the one that was weaker, and the asthenosphere was stronger. I don't know why. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the core. And the core is made up of two parts, the inner core and the outer core. So the outer core is like fluid. It's like made of like lava, like liquid lava. Liquid lava, yes. It's very interesting, isn't it? I'm like such a good teacher. Yeah. And the inner core is made out of, is solid because, I'm going to tell you the reason, because of all the pressure. Now, I don't know how pressure works, because whenever someone explains to me, I just think about something else. I don't know what that thing is, but like, one time, I was like, hey, how does pressure work? My dad was like, okay, well, and then I was like, okay, so, in community, I think the op-ed is 22 when it starts because, no, I think it's 21 when it starts because he had to do first grade twice, so he'd been 19 when he graduated high school, and his father said, you're not going to film school, so maybe he'd already done like a school, like maybe he got an associate's degree in something, so that would make him 21. Plus, he drank in the first season when he would have, you had to be like legal age to drink. They never show any underage drinking. Well, almost. But like, never. So, I was trying to figure out all the community characters' ages. Okay, and now I'm going to teach you about what I learned in literacy. So, there was this person called Homer, and he lived a bunch of years ago, and he wrote, or maybe wrote, the Odyssey and the Iliad, and we read the Odyssey. I've already read them both because I'm a weird person, and, because reasons. For some reason, we're not going to read the Iliad in class until 9th grade. Because, in that sense, you always want to read the sequel before the original book. Yeah. In math, we're learning about fractions and percentages, because now we're in 4th grade again. In grammar, we're learning how to diagram sentences, which is completely not useful, and since our teacher never taught us how to diagram sentences, surprise, surprise, I don't really do it. At least I don't do the ones that we don't have to upload in our 3rd grade. Because, like, why would you do them? You're just telling us to do something that we don't even have to show proof exists. I'm such a bad role model. Do not listen to me. In history, I learned about deserts. First, we learned about deserts of Africa. There are two main deserts of Africa, the Kalahari Desert and the Sahara Desert. They're both very dry. The Kalahari is nicer, I think. I didn't really pay attention. Then we learned about deserts of Antarctica. Just kidding, we never learned about that. I just learned it myself. I actually wrote better notes on something that we didn't even learn for school. And stuff that we did learn for school. Also, I'm doing stuff on screen and stuff. Yeah, pay attention on screen, but listen to my voice. And the Arctic Desert is the biggest desert in the world, and it is snowy and stuff. Let's talk about cold deserts. Let's talk about deserts in Asia. So, there's a desert called the Gobi Desert. It's cold, and it's in Mongolia or China or one of those countries like that. I can't remember anything. And then we talked about deserts of North America. And there is there is Death Valley, the Mojave Desert, There's another desert, which I can't remember. Let's talk about deserts of South America. There's the Patagonian, and one other that I also can't remember. I actually did really good on this test, but now I'm just can't remember anything. There's another continent, isn't there? There is another continent, I think. We didn't do Europe because, like, Europe thinks it's so cool without any deserts. It might have deserts, but they weren't important enough to talk about. And then we talked about Australia, which is basically one giant desert. Isn't that so cool? Yeah. And I don't think that it exists because, I mean, we all know Australia doesn't exist. And if it did, it would be upside down. So, like, that obviously doesn't exist because it's just upside down. They would have to, like, strap into a harness for everything to do anything. So obviously it doesn't exist. If Australia does exist, they must be thinking, oh, everyone else must not exist. And they think that they're not upside down. I know, it's so weird. Why do I sound like a little kid? Am I a little kid? Do I sound like a little kid? If you have ever, if anyone watches this part of the video, which I kind of doubt, do I sound like a little kid? I'll read the comments later and reply them in the final account because this account can't comment. Which I'm sure many of you do not know. It's not like I made a big deal about it or anything. Not at all. We're just going to push you into the hole. Oh, my little kitty, come with me. I'm going to name you... Gray. That's a great name. Gray. So beautiful. She's like so cute, isn't she? Little Gray, my little kitty, who's much cuter when she was a kid, but she decided to grow up. Because I mean, that's what kids always do. That's what your kids always do. They grow up. They don't need you anymore, and they don't need you to give you them the fish anymore, and they don't need you to make them teleport away anymore. But you still need to make them teleport away. And they can, like, never they can never get out of the sheep hole, and you have to make them teleport away. And, like, you know how kids are. You know how kids are. Also, I've got the banner, which has no connotations of anything else. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Isn't it so pretty? You know what? I'm going to do an awesome parkour jump, and you're all going to be so proud of me because I'm great at parkour. That is not sarcasm because I'm never sarcastic because sarcasm is mean. I would never use it. Make jokes another way, like, how do you make jokes without using sarcasm? I have a problem, I think. If anyone that knows me, like, in real life watches this video, they're all going to be like, Yes, you absolutely do have a problem. You're so crazy all the time. You're always using sarcasm. Oh, isn't that so cool? It's so pretty. We colonized this village. This is a good time to end the video, and not because it's raining now. Bye.